Okay, so let's just dive right in. For the last couple of years, the hype around AI and software development has been absolutely deafening, right? It's all about these massive leaps in productivity we were promised. But when you actually start digging into the data, a really different and honestly a much more interesting story starts to emerge. Today we're going to unpack this surprising gap between the AI hype and the reality that developers are facing every single day.
So, let's kick things off with a number that should really make you pause. A pretty groundbreaking study, one of the first to actually measure AI's impact scientifically, found something incredible. For experienced developers, people working on real-world tasks, AI tools didn't just fail to help, they actually slowed them down by a staggering 19%.
And this right here is the heart of the paradox. Developers feel like they should be getting a 24% boost from these tools. That's the expectation. But the measured reality? A net negative. We're not talking about a small difference here. This is a massive chasm between what we think AI should be doing and what it's actually getting done.
Well, this productivity gap is fueling a real crisis of confidence. According to a recent Stack Overflow survey, developer trust in AI is just plummeting. Right now, almost half of all developers actively distrust the accuracy of AI-generated code. And get this, only a tiny 3% say they have high trust. So it seems like the more developers use these tools, the more skeptical they become. This brings us to the most important question. What's really causing this massive disconnect? It's not the AI models themselves, and it's definitely not the intelligence of the developers using them. The problem is something we can call the context chasm. It's this huge, invisible gap between what the AI knows and the detailed map it actually needs to be useful.
One developer on Reddit put it, well, pretty bluntly. AI is fantastic at boilerplate stuff, the kind of problems that have a million examples online. But real software engineering, that's all about solving unique, niche problems that are super specific to your business and your code base. And that's exactly where today's AI tools start to fall apart. And this failure has led to a really dangerous new anti-pattern called vibe coding. And it feels fast, it feels productive. You write a prompt, you get some code, you ship it. If it breaks, hey, just ask the AI to fix its own mess. You're moving quickly, but what you're really doing is outsourcing your own understanding of the system you're building. Now, this is in sharp contrast to what we could call smart coding, which is a disciplined engineering-first approach. See, vibe coding treats AI as a replacement for thinking. Smart coding, on the other hand, sees AI as a powerful accelerator, a tool that's meant to augment deep human understanding, not get rid of it. The goal isn't just to get code, it's to build a real mental model of the solution.
And vibe coding is so risky because AI basically suffers from a kind of digital amnesia. It has no memory of your project's history, no clue about your team's unwritten rules, and zero grasp of your specific business logic. It's missing all of that critical context that a human developer relies on every single day to make good decisions.
And this lack of context, it's not some theoretical problem. No, it translates directly into technical debt. Studies are showing that AI-generated code leads to a big increase in static analysis warnings, a 34% jump in code complexity, and a horrifying 75% rise in logic and correctness bugs. Without context, AI just becomes a technical debt machine.
This analogy just nails the core danger, doesn't it? AI gives us incredible speed. But if you don't give it a map and a destination, that speed is worse than useless. It just helps you build the wrong thing faster than you ever could before. You're just accelerating straight into a wall of technical debt. So, the most important point is this. We can't just sit around and wait for bigger, better AI models to solve this problem for us, because the models will always lack our specific project context. The real solution lies in changing how we work with the AI. It all comes down to better engineering discipline.
And this brings us to what might be the #1 skill for the AI era: context engineering. This means we have to stop trying to write the perfect one-sentence prompt and instead start architecting entire systems of knowledge to guide our AI to the right outcome. So, how do we actually do this context engineering? Well, the single most powerful tool is one you probably already know: the Product Requirements Document, or the PRD. We need to stop thinking of the PRD as just some static document for humans and start seeing it as the primary engine that drives our AI.
This new workflow treats a really well-engineered PRD as the AI's brain. It provides all that missing business logic, the architectural decisions, and the historical context. From there, the AI can generate code that isn't just syntactically correct, but is actually aligned with the project's real goals. And the developer's job, it shifts to validating that output, not creating it from a blank slate.
An AI-ready PRD is way more than just a list of features. You have to think of it as a living knowledge file. It documents why you made certain architectural choices. It defines your business terms. It lists your team's coding conventions, and it even warns against known issues. It becomes the single source of truth that gives the AI the map it desperately needs to navigate your project.
This completely reframes our role as developers, doesn't it? Like Andrei Kolkov says here, our value is shifting. Our job becomes less about the how, the typing, and much more about defining the why. About engineering the context in a great PRD so that our AI partner can handle the implementation details.
So when you boil all this data down, the takeaway is to ask yourself this one simple question. Is the way you're using AI today actually making you and your team faster? Or is it just helping you accelerate in the wrong direction, building up a mountain of technical debt that you're going to have to pay back later? The answer isn't in your AI model. It's in the quality of the context you provide it.